Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 tutorial video. In this video I'll show you how you can keep goats. Goats are new to FS25 and they are really easy to keep and quite lucrative and fun to watch. Yeah, there we see one goat, and if you have a closer look, there is also a sheep in the same barn, and that's possible. So you can use one barn or pasture for sheep and goats together. And this tutorial focuses more on the goats and not so much on the sheep. I made a different tutorial about the sheep. And the goats produce goat milk, and this goat milk is delivered in those milk cans, and you get a really good price if you sell them. And here you can see this pellet has 198 liters right now. When it's full, it's 1000 liters. So you don't see it at this milk cans whether it's full. You have to go close and read the numbers whether it's full or not. And you can sell this goat milk for up to 9,000 bucks in easy mode. And to transport these pellets, you need a front loader or a forklift or such, or a mod that allows you to carry those pellets, or an autoloader mod. Okay, I would say let's build a barn for even more goats. And here, this is one very nice barn. I like it. It's easy, little bit old-fashioned. And yeah, not so expensive, but good. I like it. And I already say that they feed from the grass? No, I didn't. The very convenient thing is the animals can feed from the grass that is growing on their pasture. And for sheep and goats, this is perfect because they are really happy with the grass and they are full productive. And this is not the case for other animals. Cows don't get healthy, the other don't eat the grass at all. But for the sheep and goats, it's the perfect solution to have a big meadow, and then you only need to feed them in winter, usually. Yeah. But the grass that is provided by the barn itself when you build the barn does not work correctly. This problem hasn't been fixed till the current version, which is 1.5, and therefore you need a trick to make this work. And the trick is simple. You just take a field and sow some grass and let it grow, like here. And this is perfectly prepared for our next barn. So I go out of the way, and then we go into the build menu with Shift and P. And on consoles you need to go to the shop with the special shop button, and then you go to the build menu through the shop. And before we place the building, I want to show you something here, which I find really interesting to watch. Do you see those spots where the grass is shorter? Those are the spots where the animals have eaten the grass already. So you can really see where they eat the grass, and then when the grass is more and more of this short grass, you know, okay, they don't have much more grass to eat from the meadow. Maybe you should give them some food into their barn. And yeah, after a while, this grass grows back. through the summer, from March to November. It grows back, and not in winter. Okay, and if you have never placed a building, you might better have a look at my tutorial about placing buildings. And also it would be a good idea to watch the tutorial about building custom meadows, and because there I can go deeper into this topic, and here I only scratch it a little bit, the topic of how to build this barn. Okay, usually in the build menu we start here with the sheds, and we want to build something for animals, and we search for the sheep, and here we have the goat barns as well. And we have this little one, which is rather cheap and okay, but the water trough is rather small. You have to refill it rather often, and therefore I don't like this so much, but it's cheap. And then we have this that we have on the other field, and we have a similar one from the size. So this has 26 sheep or goats as minimal capacity, and this also has the same capacity, but it costs $3,000 more because it's more fancy, modern one from Herman, a real brand that builds such things. And then we have the big one, which costs nearly $100,000. Here you can see it. And the standard capacity is 68. And when we build a bigger meadow, you can have more goats there. And as goats are so lucrative, I would recommend to build this big one and use quite a bit of field space for those, to have a lot of those goats, and then you can make very good money. But if you only want to have some goats for a little milk, it's completely fine. You don't need to keep them for earning a fortune. It's also nice to have them just for enjoying them, or everything in between. So now I want to place this. First I move my world with the middle mouse button pressed, and then I move the building with the right button pressed, and I go rather close to the edge. I could, however, build it directly on the asphalt, but then I would need the automatic meadow, which is not working properly. Therefore I place it here on my grass field. Okay, I click, and now I'm asked whether I want to customize the fence for the sheep barn. Yes, I want. And now I have this fence here, and I turn everything around because for me it's easier to build it in this direction. And as you can see, the fence costs money and it's rather expensive. So you have to plan this in advance to have enough money for building the fence. And if you realize that you don't have enough money at this moment right now, you could go back and delete this barn and you get your whole money back. But if you are a little bit further, you always lose the money for the fence. So I have enough money, so I don't worry and build a big meadow. I click here and then go just to the end. And yeah, if you build on Riverbend Springs and use this field, this will be more expensive because your field is bigger. I made the field smaller to have enough place for my tests and my tutorials and such. So I guess yours would be 10,000 bucks for the whole field. Okay, so now I click here and then here and here. And then, like I already said in my other animal barn building videos, the last part of the fence, I tend to divide them because sometimes it doesn't work. And if you have to delete the last segment, which is an option, you can delete the last segment, but you don't get your money back. And therefore, I first make one part of this last fence part and then another part and now I hope for the best. It needs to be at this green post, and here now I click and I'm lucky. Very, very good. And now it's important. It's a very, very important question, and you have to say no. Do you want to plant the meadow for sheep barn? No, I don't want. I already have a wonderful grass field there, which is working. And this meadow that this function plants is not working properly because it doesn't regrow. So, no. Maybe if you are in a later version and this problem got fixed, then you can say yes. You don't need this grass field trick anymore. Yeah, but I don't know in advance whether they will fix it. Now I have another barn sitting at my mouse. I press escape and get rid of it. Okay. Here is our really big goat barn. With escape I can leave this. And here we are. And when I get closer... Okay, here I get the information. I have 0 animals. Yes, okay. 0 food. We will feed them later. And the meadow has a capacity of 16,280 liters. So because it is all harvest ready, this is the maximum we get out of this meadow, but it's quite good. So we can feed quite a lot of goats with this. And now I want to buy the goats. Even if it always says sheep, barn, sheep, sheep, sheep. Yeah, they have the same barn type. And I went to the paw. If you want to get the animals the traditional way, you need an animal transporter and go to the animal dealer and buy them there and deliver them here. And I made a special video about this animal transport, and right now in this video I show you how to buy the animals directly at the barn. I open the help menu and here we have the option open animal dialog with R, and on console you need to press a different button. Here we are. We could buy a big variety of sheep, but we want goats, and they are down here. And the goats are more expensive than sheep, and they are older, the adult ones. They reach puberty only after 16 months. So with 16 months, they are adult goats. And yeah, but it's worth it that they need to be older and that they are more expensive, because you can make more money with the goats. And the information we get is that the current age of this goat that we could buy, and how long it takes, the gestation period, how long it takes until it gets a little goat baby, 5 months. And here they tell us the puberty age. So as it is 16 months, we know this has reached puberty, which means it is adult. It's a little bit different with people. And there is the price, 777, and a fee. This fee you only need to pay because we get them delivered to our barn and we don't buy them at the animal dealer. And this is the total sum for one animal. And here, at number of animals, I can choose how many animals I want to have. Now we should check how much animal we can have in this barn. This is there in the center, and it says 0 of 105 animals. So we could have 105 goats in here. And maybe you remember the default capacity was 68. So we gain nearly 40 animal capacity through enlarging the meadow. So this is really worth it. And when we have the big barn, this one, the size is more efficient than with the smaller barns. So therefore, if you want to make money with goats, take the big barn and make the meadow rather big. Not as big as possible, because that would be maybe too big, but 1 hectare would be perfect, and then you really can make good money with them. Okay, so we choose how much animals we want to have. We don't want to fill it up completely. Let's say we want maybe 30 goats right now. And you could choose how much you want to have, up to 105. I click on buy. I'm asked, yes, I want, and okay. And here we see our 30 goats that we bought. And I want to buy some of the smaller ones. They are medium aged, 3 months old. They still need 13 months to grow up. And they are not productive when they are so small, but they are very, very cute. So I think we get 10 of them, just for the fun of it. And then we have the tiny, tiny little bit. They are very, very cute too. Adorable. And for business, I would buy them adult, because then you get the full productivity. But if you are searching for cuteness, then you need to have some of the small ones as well. Okay, now we bought quite a lot of animals. I leave this menu with escape, and we'll have a look. Here they are. And maybe you wonder, why is this goat white? In the shop it was gray. Yeah, the shop was just one variety, and we get them in a lot of different colors. And yeah, here we have a brown one, dark brown. There we have this gray that we have seen in the shop, and this is with spots. And here we have a small one that is hiding. And if we are lucky, we get a jumping small one. They are so cute when they jump. But usually when you wait for them to jump around, they don't do it. So, yeah, I don't see one jumping. Maybe we are lucky later. Okay, here we can check for the barn. This is the water. This is delivered automatically, and this is still empty. This is the food that you can give them. And I jump out of this fence and we just feed them. By the way, here is the area where the pellets will spawn. And another advantage compared to the smaller barns is here you have quite a lot of space for pellets to spawn, so you don't need to take care of emptying out this area so often. You can have it, depending on how many goats you have, you can keep it for up to 3 or 4 days, or with more animals, maybe only 2 days, without needing to remove the pellets. If everything is full and no more pellets can spawn, you get a message and the goats stop producing milk, which is not so good. So, and another important thing is the goats can be fed with grass or hay. If you go to the menu, you get a different information. Here it says grass, and that is not true. Down here they say goats eat grass and hay, but this is very small, this information, and rather gray. Here this is bigger, and a lot of people thought, oh, I can't give them hay anymore. Yes, you can give them hay, and it's just not mentioned here. So this is somehow a misinformation. Grass is good and hay is also good. What you can also see is the health is at 0% now. That is normal because they just had a journey that was stressful for them. That is how I imagine that. And it takes around 10 hours for them to get to their full health. But you need to feed them. Or rather, they need the meadow, so they are perfectly fed, and therefore in 10 hours they will have full health, and then they will have full productivity also. And the reproduction goes up from month to month when they are at good health. And after 5 months, you have a little goat baby. Okay. Now, here I have the grass. I can close this. And the Hermann barns are difficult with the feeding because the roof is too low. Here it might work with this. Let's see. No, I would need to come closer or maybe switch to the... I try to switch the tip side. Now it works, but it could be a little bit complicated. Let's try. If that doesn't work, you can drive to the barn backward, and then it works. Or you use a smaller trailer. But it seems to work. If you have a big trailer, you have a problem. And big loading wagons also have a problem. But you can always try to go backward like so. I won't get the unload message now because it's already full. But if you go like that, you can unload it, usually. depending on the trailer. Okay. So this came just for the fun. When the grass is empty, they will come here to eat, but right now they feed from the grass of the meadow, and therefore they are occupied there. Now let's have a look at the price list for the goat milk. We go into the menu with escape, and here on this statistic symbol, and the goat milk will be somewhere here. And you get prices between 7,600 up to 9,222. This changes from year to year. And this is on easy mode. A normal and hard mode, you get less. And the good thing is the goat milk doesn't spoil. So you can just keep it and wait until you get a good price. But you can also sell it for a not so good price if you urgently need money. But as you can see, you can make really good money with the goat milk. And it's so easy to keep them. Okay, that's about the goats. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!